that has fearlessly vocalized against the fascist terror in the country. He has been constantly tortured by the Yogi government for his firm stance. Welcome Sharjeel Bhai, the leader of masses.
Brother Shamsheer Ibrahim Sahib, National President, Fraternity Movement. Madam Najda Rehan, State President, Fraternity Movement, Kerala. Respected leaders and colleagues on the stage, and the people who have come here, and the people who will watch it online. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before I begin, I would like to congratulate Brother Shamsheer Ibrahim Sahib for being elected as the new President of Fraternity Movement. I hope and wish that under his able leadership, Fraternity Movement of India will reach new heights and will establish itself in the areas where it hasn't reached yet. I would also like to take this opportunity to convey my most sincere respect and regards for Brother Ansar Abu Bakr Sahib, the founding President of Fraternity Movement of India, because of whom many of us stand here. It was him who saw potential in distracted youths like us, brought us into the fold of the organization, gave us opportunities to make mistakes and learn from it. As he completes his tenure and gives over the charge to the new president, I can only say, and I believe I can say this on behalf of all of us, that we are indebted to you, Mr. President. Thank you, Sadar Sahib. Friends, just a few days ago, the Muslim community lost one of the greatest leaders, Janab Siddiq Hasan Sahib, who showed that if you try with good intentions, no dream is unrealistic and no destination is too far. The man behind India's only Muslim-run television news channel, Media One, the man behind one of the most successful Malayalam newspaper in the state, Madhyamam, and the man behind several other visionary projects that community thought it was impossible to achieve. I pray that Allah elevates his ranks in Jannah and hope that Muslim community will draw inspiration from him and collectively try to fill the nearly impossible to achieve roles that he has left for us to do. His loss is certainly irrepressible. My deepest condolences and prayers for his family. Now, dear friends, I would not take any more time than what has been assigned to me. Dear friends, it has been 4 years since Fraternity Movement was formed. Since its inception, we have gradually registered our presence as a political force in this country. In some places like Kerala, where we are strong enough to fight back, and thus we fight back in Kerala. And in some states like Bihar, where we are just only beginning, but we fight back in Bihar. Several of our members get cases. They are not able to continue their education, and they make enough sacrifices for us to stand where we stand today. But we still have a long way to go. We can no longer hide behind it being a relatively new movement, or that we have to play safe to run the longer race. Playing safe is the new synonym of surrendering in the latest political dictionary of India. Times are tough. Government is cruel and ruthless. State has become a monster. Islamophobia is the new normal, and our eyes stare at a genocide while many massacres are carried out in some or the other part of India almost daily. The community can no longer afford to play safe. The Dalit community can no longer afford to play safe. The Adivasi community can no longer afford to play safe. No oppressed community in India can afford any longer to play safe. I wish to see Fraternity Movement as an organized force ready to give up on waiting and take up the charge to lead the community in whatever capacity it can. Every single day we are forced to witness the most brutal of murders and tortures against our own by RSS-run militias and state-run police. Rahul Gandhi says that India is no longer a democracy, but he is not willing to do enough to make it a democracy again. Perhaps he can afford to play safe, but we cannot. Our necks are on the line. He can always flaunt his Janeau, and Mamata Banerjee can always boast of her Gotra, but we cannot. We can boast of, we can flaunt, and we can take pride in nothing but La ilaha illallah and Muhammad Rasulullah. Some say do not criticize the Gandhis and Banerjees. Our fight is against BJP and RSS, and we have to pose a larger fight. These people suffer from severe memory loss. Because last time I checked, it was the Muslim community who was fighting BJP and RSS the day it was formed. It was the people from the community of Rahul and Banerjee who supported the RSS and BJP. Last time I checked, the Muslim community was the one who was supporting all the political organizations in the country who called themselves secular. Now they ask us to not even be angry and show our disgust. They might not believe, but we have read our history of how Congress told Quaid-e-Azam and Baba Saheb that either you are with us or you are with the Britishers. Let me tell you that we are with none except for our dignity and rights. We are against none except treachery and oppression. And I'm here to tell you that it is okay to be angry. Completely natural and understandable given what has happened and what is happening. We should be angry, in fact. But just keeping anger in our hearts is not going to do us any good. All of you who have anger should collectively express it. Make them feel that you are angry. Your collective anger has amazing powers. Let them not school you into behaving the way they want you to behave. Fraternity movement doesn't represent Muslims alone, but it will surely represent the anger of all the oppressed communities. Look at us. Who are we? I am here to tell you that we are a group of mad people who are angry and are not ready to be toned down by people who are unhappy about us being angry. We will express our anger, we will shake things up, we will bring things to a halt, we will turn their world upside down. They want us to play by the rules, but first they have to include us in the game. The game is rigged, the rules favor the people of one particular religion and one particular caste. And let me tell you, we are not interested in your game anymore. You asked us to let us go of Babri Masjid and celebrate the fact that it will now be known as Ram Mandir. And the people who did that, who brought down our masjid, can do that because they could do that. You said it was to ensure peace, but my and our rule book says that without no justice, there is no peace. I'll repeat it, so can you, that no justice, no peace. Our existence says that we are not afraid of the police and state anymore. Now just yesterday, a court verdict allowed ASI to survey the Gyan Vyapi Masjid in Varanasi to look if they can find any trace of a temple beneath it. That's manifestation of RSS slogan of Ayodhya to bas jhanki hai, Kashi Mathura baki hai. I want to tell you that Kashi is not Ayodhya and we are not deaf and dumb and weak. We are a bunch of mad people who are angry. You can no longer strip us of our dignity because we have learned that there's a dignity in fight. And we will rise to fight, and you will see that with our thin and thick, black and brown, weak and strong hands, we will demolish all the statues of all the false political gods there are and all their false ideologies. We have not, allow me to say, and let this be heard, that we have not let go of Ayodhya. We have not forgotten that you killed us for cattle, for your weak masculine Hindutva pride, for you started loving the taste of blood. History will remember that we fought. The lynchings have to stop. The false charges have to be dropped. The prisoners have to be released. The casteism has to end. Islamophobia has to end. the oppression has to end and the occupation has to end. That said, my dear friends, I have to confess to you of something that I've started reminding myself almost daily now. Ours is a fight for justice and not hatred. We do not fight to attack but to defend. We live in tough times, but that is not the end. We have to give our time and energy to this fight, but we also have to love and care and laugh and cry. They dehumanize us, but we should assert our humanity. We should fight with dignity. In the words of Hazrat Umar Mukhtar, the great liberation fighter of Libya, they are not our teachers. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is. He has taught us to be brave warrior and a humble human at the same time. Fight like a brave warrior, but behave and live like a humble human. Apologize if you are wrong, spread love and happiness, and make mistakes and love and learn. Give space for others to accept their mistakes and apologize and help them learn. Take people along, speak up against injustice. Our solidarities for the Ambedkarite movement must not stop. Our solidarities for all the Adivasi movements must not stop. And remember the golden mantra: between losing your hand and choosing your hand, choosing and using your hand is the best option. It is very basic human nature to defend yourself. And lastly, do not lose hope. I know at times it is very difficult to find hope, but you know what we are fighting against? Hopelessness. BJP and RSS are too small of an opponent for us to fight. We are fighting against our own hopelessness. We have to have faith. Things will be better, inshallah. I'd like to end here. My time's up. I'm reminded of something that Brother Ansar Abu Bakr Sahib said in one of the meetings when somebody referred to us, all of us, as the future leaders of this country. He stopped immediately and said, "No, you are not the future leaders of this country. You are the leaders of this country." So my friends, lead the fight with dignity and bravery. As Malcolm Al-Shabazz said, truth is on the side of the oppressed. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Sharjeel Usmani. I invite Syed Umar Tangal, Secretariat Member, Fraternity Movement Kerala, to present the memento for Sharjeel Usmani.
ഫ്രറ്റേണിറ്റി ദേശീയ സെക്രട്ടറി മുഹമ്മദ് അലിക്ക് ഫ്രറ്റേണിറ്റി കേരളയുടെ ഉപഹാരം സമർപ്പിക്കുന്നത് തഷ്രീഫ് കെ. ഫ്രറ്റേണിറ്റി കേരള സെക്രട്ടേറിയറ്റ് മെമ്പർ തഷ്രീഫ് കെ ഉപഹാര സമർപ്പണത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് തഷ്രീഫ് കെ ആദരപൂർവ്വം ക്ഷണിക്കുന്നു. ഉപഹാരം ഏറ്റുവാങ്ങാൻ മുഹമ്മദ് അലിയെയും വേദിയിലേക്ക് ക്ഷണിക്കുന്നു. ഫ്രറ്റേണിറ്റി ദേശീയ സെക്രട്ടറി മുഹമ്മദ് അലിക്ക് ഉപഹാരം സമർപ്പിക്കുന്നത് തഷ്രീഫ് കെ. ഫ്രറ്റേണിറ്റി ദേശീയ സെക്രട്ടേറിയറ്റ് അംഗം RS വസീം. RS വസീമിന് ഉപഹാരം സമർപ്പിക്കുന്നത് ലത്തീഫ്. ഫ്രറ്റേണിറ്റി സ്റ്റേറ്റ് സെക്രട്ടറി ലത്തീഫിനെ സ്നേഹപൂർവ്വം വേദിയിലേക്ക് ക്ഷണിക്കുന്നു. ഉപഹാരം ഏറ്റുവാങ്ങാൻ RS വസീമിനെയും വേദിയിലേക്ക് ക്ഷണിക്കുന്നു. പ്രിയമുള്ളവരെ, സാഹോദര്യത്തിൻ്റെ തണൽ വിരിച്ച, പോരാട്ടത്തിൻ്റെ കരുത്ത് പകർന്ന, പുതിയ പുലരിക്കായുള്ള പ്രതീക്ഷകൾ പെയ്തിറങ്ങിയ ഈ മഹാസംഗമത്തിന് തിരശ്ശീല വീഴുകയാണ്. നന്ദി. മുനീബ് എലങ്കമൽ ഔപചാരികമായ നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുന്നതിന് ഫ്രറ്റേണിറ്റി ജില്ലാ പ്രസിഡന്റ് മുനീബ് എലങ്കമലിനെ വേദിയിലേക്ക് ക്ഷണിക്കുന്നു.
വേദിയിലിരിക്കുന്ന ഫ്രറ്റേണിറ്റിയുടെയും വെൽഫെയർ പാർട്ടിയുടെയും ദേശീയ സംസ്ഥാന നേതാക്കളെ, പ്രിയം നിറഞ്ഞ സഹപ്രവർത്തകരെ, നമ്മുടെ പുതിയ ദേശീയ നേതാക്കൾക്കുള്ള സ്വീകരണം ഇവിടെ അവസാനിക്കുകയാണ്. നമ്മുടെ ക്ഷണം സ്വീകരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഇവിടെ എത്തി നമ്മുടെ സ്വീകരണം ഏറ്റുവാങ്ങിയ ദേശീയ പ്രസിഡന്റ് ഷംസീർ ഇബ്രാഹിം, അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ സഹഭാരവാഹികൾക്കും ആദ്യമായി ഞാൻ നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. ഈ പരിപാടിയിൽ ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മോട് സംസാരിച്ച വെൽഫെയർ പാർട്ടിയുടെ അമരക്കാരൻ ഹമീദ് വാണിയമ്പലം, ഈ പരിപാടിയുടെ അധ്യക്ഷ ഫ്രട്ടേണിറ്റി മൂവ്മെൻറ്റ് സംസ്ഥാന പ്രസിഡന്റ് നജിദ റൈഹാൻ, ആശംസ അറിയിച്ച് സംസാരിച്ച വുമൺ ജസ്റ്റിസ് മൂവ്മെൻറ്റ് സംസ്ഥാന പ്രസിഡന്റ് ജബീന ഇർഷാദ്, FATU സംസ്ഥാന സെക്രട്ടറി തസ്ലീം അമ്പാട്, വെൽഫെയർ പാർട്ടി കോഴിക്കോട് ജില്ലാ പ്രസിഡന്റ് അസ്ലം ചെറുവാടി തുടങ്ങിയവർക്ക് ഒറ്റവാക്കിൽ നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. എല്ലാത്തിനും അപ്പുറത്ത് ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഈ എളിയ ക്ഷണം സ്വീകരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഇവിടെ എത്തി ഈ പരിപാടി വൻ വിജയമാക്കി തീർത്ത ഫ്രട്ടേണിറ്റി മൂവ്മെൻറ്റിൻ്റെ എല്ലാ പോരാളികൾക്കും സാഹോദര്യ അഭിവാദ്യങ്ങൾ അർപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് അധ്യക്ഷൻ്റെ അനുമതിയോടുകൂടി ഈ പരിപാടി അവസാനിച്ചതായി അറിയിക്കുന്നു.